Hello, everyone. It is Prelude Boy 99, and this is the after party. This is the page of Mattel Creations after the sale of the RWB Porsche 930. And very few people were able to get this. I got my two, and it's a confirmed order, but a lot of people weren't able to get it. I mean, that happens when there's always a hyped car like this. There's always bound to be people that weren't able to get it. It's just the way things are, unfortunately. When you have 40,000 pieces of this made and you have over 100,000 people wanting it, there's going to be people that are not going to get it. Some people missed out because they weren't prepared, and some people missed out by mere seconds. I've had this happen to me before. When actually this happened when I had overdrive, because when I had overdrive, I wanted to get a second Toyota Supra for my other account so I can open and review it, and I failed and I missed out on it. I didn't get it. So now, this is the after party, and people in the UK. I got a comment from this a few hours ago. I decided to make a whole video about it. People in the UK got their orders canceled like 8 hours after they purchased it. So this is after they went through the 10-minute queue. They put their credit card information in, or they use Shop Pay. I use Shop Pay. And, they paid for it. They got the order. And then eight hours later, Mattel pulled the rug from under them and said, actually, you didn't get the order. So I have a huge problem with this because essentially Mattel, they're idiots. They're complete idiots. It's just baffling to me how stupid they are. Because people are scalping this. They're not getting any of the money. They're not getting any of the cut. And what's so baffling to me is, why don't they make this to order? Made to order. They've done it before. They did it with the RLC R34 Skyline. They're going to do it again with the new Supra, the 4th gen Supra. It's going to be purple. I'm going to talk about it when it's announced. It's not like it's an impossible thing. I don't understand why they don't make these to order. They don't. They limit it to 40,000, 30,000, or 50,000. And very few of the diehard collectors are able to get this because of scalpers, because of resellers. And I'm probably going to get comments saying, well, there's overdrive. Yes, there is overdrive, but then again, people don't want to spend an extra $100 just to be able to buy the casting that they want, that they're already paying a $10 membership fee for. It's like Mattel created cancer, and now they're selling the cure for cancer. That doesn't make them good. And with RLC, even though I got my castings, it still makes me upset that there's people that already went through the hassle, took time out of their day to get this casting, and then they had the rug pulled out from under them. And, this is why people hate Hot Wheels RLC. This is why they move on to other things. And the reason why other people don't move on to other things, the reason why people continue to stay with this brand is because Mattel has bandwidth. They have the name. They have licensing. They have more licenses than any other die-cast company or brand. They have way more licensing. They can do Back to the Future, Scooby-Doo, Knight Rider, A-Team, Magnum PI. They can do stuff like this with the RW Porsche. And this looks like a fantastic piece. It probably is. So, it makes me upset that we have people like Lamley, who are supposed to be a voice for us. They don't really do anything other than become a huge commercial for RLC. This is why I don't like Lamley. because he's supposed to be our voice. He's supposed to voice these concerns. And instead, he's more concerned about his brand. He's more concerned about being able to have access to these diecast vehicles. He doesn't really care about his audience. That's why I really don't like the guy, because he's promoting Overdrive. He was promoting all this stuff, but then when people are not able to get the thing that they want, that they spent the $10 membership on, you don't hear anything from him. And it's because he's trying to protect what he has. He wants to protect the relationship that he has, which is unfortunate, because we need more people to speak up on stuff like this, where they go through the bullshit and yet they get the rug pulled out from under them. It's frustrating. And I got to go to work in a little bit, but I'm going to finish up my rant, and then I'll let you guys discuss in the comments below. But I'm not happy about this. I'm very frustrated about this happening to people who played by the rules, and yet they are still fucked over. Like, and again, Mattel, they're not getting any of the money from the scalping. They're not benefiting from this problem at all. I mean, except for Overdrive, yes. But Overdrive is not really a solution. It's not. Why should I pay you guys to fix a problem that you guys created? If they should honestly stop selling memberships. But they're not going to. If there is over 150,000 accounts and you make 40,000 of something, you should stop selling accounts. Of course, they did stop selling Overdrive because I guess they don't want to sell. They don't want to leave that open, because then there's also a chance of these castings not being available. I don't care about getting sponsored by Mattel to showcase their products. I really don't. That's why I want to be able to speak freely, because people need to call them out on this shit. And I know I'm not the only person that does this, but I'm really sick and tired of people like Lamley, who is supposed to be this voice for us, not doing their damn job. And stuff like this happens, where people are cheated out of something that they really wanted. And this is why people hate RLC. This is why people hate Lamley. This is why people hate Mattel. And this is something that is so easy to solve. They can't even use anti-bot software, like proper anti-bot software. There's that CAPTCHA thing that I do. I try to do as fast as I can. And yet people are still able to use bots to buy up a huge stock of this. There's already hundreds of these things floating around in eBay. That's a huge problem. They raised the prices on these things because these things are already way overpriced. $38 for this. And that doesn't even come into account the QC issues that this thing might have. Because again, this thing isn't going to be available until before or on November 14th. So it is a frustrating hobby to get yourself invested in. I started covering it because I love Hot Wheels. I've always have. But as an adult, I couldn't be any more frustrated with them than I am now. And, you know, I was going to make a video about stepping away from RLC. I'm going to make that video after I post this one. But, you know, I want to step away from RLC. And every time I want to, they come out with something really cool. And then when they come out with something cool, there's always incidents like this where people go through the bullshit and then they're not granted what they went through. I mean, at that point, why not just make a few hundred more for these people that already went through all this? Why? You're not benefiting from keeping this a limited count. It doesn't matter anymore. This isn't a rare collectible anymore. I mean, we're already past that. This thing, they're not making 30,000 or 25,000 or 10,000. It's over. there's no rarity with these things anymore. So why not just make why not make these to order? Why not make over 100,000? Why not try to meet that demand? I know why, because you want this to be hyped. To you want to fearmonger. I don't want to say fearmonger. You want to give people FOMO. It may be a long time again before this masterpiece returns. You want to give people FOMO. So that way they don't have time to think about it, and then they rush to buy membership. And then when they go through this whole process, they're given the finger 8 hours after they bought it. So I'm not happy about this, guys. I'm not happy about this at all. Thank you guys for watching my rant. I saw a comment and I just had to make a video. I got to get to work. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.